Hey everyone, so today we are going to be talking about a real situation that is happening in Memphis at the moment. So through my research, we will see how public understanding of xAI's presence in Memphis is shaped by digital communication. So through this communication, we form what we think is true, important, or normal. So, have you ever noticed how some problems get talked about everywhere and others, even huge ones, barely show up in the news? So, that's exactly the issue here. So, first, let's go ahead and set the stage. xAI is a company founded by Elon Musk that develops artificial intelligence models. To run these models, they need enormous computing power, which requires giant data centers. Think of everything you do on your phone or laptop that goes searching, streaming, saving photos. Somewhere, a data center is running the machines that make that work. These facilities use massive amounts of electricity and water, and often produce pollution from the energy sources needed to cool the computers. Memphis has become a major site for one of the xAI's new facilities, and it's called Colossus, which is described as the world's largest supercomputer. Almost immediately, the arrival of xAI has created two different reactions online. One celebrates the economic growth, while the other raises concerns about environmental impact. So, for example, imagine someone new moves into your neighborhood. You can learn about them from their actions, or sometimes as it happens, we learn about those people through stories others tell us. So if all of your neighbors are saying, they're amazing, they're going to fix up the house, we form one image. But if someone else keeps saying they're loud, messy, and might make things worse, well, we would form a very different opinion. xAI in Memphis should be a straightforward business story, but instead it's become a battle of narratives. So on the one side, we have the Greater Memphis Chamber of Commerce, which is an influential business organization promoting this project as a huge win for Memphis. So let's go ahead and watch a video that kind of shows how the chamber is communicating the digital delta and xAI in Memphis.
Are you ready for the future? Look no further than Greater Memphis, the Digital Delta, an urban-rural innovation district representing the most advanced region for innovative industries impacting the world. As an economic powerhouse for generations, Memphis was built on the might of the Mississippi River. But that's not all. The convergence of rails, roads, and runways make Memphis a juggernaut for the global supply chain. The Digital Delta harnesses the creation of transformative technologies powered by diverse talent, advanced industry growth, and future-forward infrastructure. It's spawning advanced R&D and bold new commerce on the forefront of cutting-edge industries, including advanced manufacturing, agribusiness and ag tech, healthcare and life science, and automotive and suppliers. But it's not just about business. Memphis is a livable city with a legendary heritage of creativity and passion, along with the modernity and emergence of a world-class city, working to solve complex economic challenges in transportation, sustainability, and efficiency, reimagining a future where there's prosperity for all. That's the promise of the Digital Delta. It's not just a place, it's a vision of a region transformed.
All right, and on the other hand, we have environmental justice organizations like Memphis Communities Against Pollution, or MCAP for short, and Tigers Against Pollution, or TAP. They argue that these facilities threaten the air quality, the water supplies, and has also taken advantage of historically vulnerable neighborhoods. In our case, we're going to be speaking about Boxtown, which is a Southwest Memphis community, which is where the data center is built, Colossus. So this paper and this video ask a key question. How does digital communication shape what the public thinks xAI means for Memphis? To answer that, we're going to draw on two communication theories, agenda setting and framing. And I'll show you how these theories appear in real-world digital communication, such as on Instagram and podcasts, as well as press releases, or a press release. So to see how digital communication influences this debate, we're going to become familiar with the two concepts, agenda setting and framing theory. We're first going to start with agenda setting. So imagine scrolling online. There are posts that you see the most often. These posts feel the most urgent or important. Even before you form an opinion, agenda setting is about visibility and frequency. What appears in your feed becomes what you pay attention to. So we're just going to watch a quick video that kind of goes a little bit, not more in depth, but describes it a bit more on what agenda setting theory is.
Agenda setting theory is the idea that the media doesn't tell people what to think, but rather what to think about. This means that when the news covers certain topics more than others, those topics become more important in the public's mind. The theory suggests that the media plays a big role in shaping which issues people see as important, even if they don't directly tell them what opinions to have. The theory originated in the 1970s with researchers Maxwell McCombs and Donald Shaw. They studied how the media influenced what issues people talked about during elections. By comparing the topics in the news with what people said were important issues, they found a strong link. This showed that the more the media talked about something, the more the public saw it as an important issue. One clear example of agenda setting is the coverage of climate change. For many years, the media didn't focus much on climate change, so it wasn't a top concern for many people. But as news outlets started to report more on it, the public began to see it as one of the biggest global issues. Similarly, during elections, when the news covers certain policies or candidates more than others, it can make those topics or people seem more significant to voters. One strength of agenda setting theory is that it explains how the media influences people's priorities. It helps us understand why some issues, like healthcare or crime, are seen as more important at certain times. By highlighting specific issues, the media can focus public attention on problems that need solutions. This can lead to important discussions and even changes in policy. However, a weakness of the theory is that it assumes people only get their information from the media. In today's world, people also get information from social media, friends, and other sources. The media is no longer the only place people go for news, so its power to set the agenda might not be as strong as it once was.